Hi everyone, and welcome to the Burnt Brass Homestead channel. Many are sounding the alarm regarding Illinois' new Safety Act, or House Bill 3653, which enacts some bizarre laws that will greatly benefit criminals, thus turning Illinois into a gangster's paradise. Or, as some are saying, is initiating the purge. Within the bill, they replaced every word containing bail or bail bond, conditions of bail bond, with pre-trial release or conditions of pre-trial release. So essentially, no bail for criminals. And this includes second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, armed robbery, kidnapping, sexual offenses, threatening of public officials. Furthermore, officers may not be allowed to force people off your property, whether personal or business. The purpose of the Reform Act, so they say, and I get it, was to resolve issues of low-income individuals and minorities that could not afford to post bail for minor offenses. Because they could not post bail, they had to sit in jail for simple misdemeanors, while those with money who could post bail could get out of jail for even worse offenses. Needless to say, they went a bit far to combat this discrepancy. I think the best resolution would to make their legal system more efficient with handling misdemeanors within, say, a 24-hour period, or identifying misdemeanor offenses in the bill and limiting the no cash bail to those offenses only. What people don't realize is that places like New York is already releasing criminals back onto the street when they commit serious crimes. They, however, can change this behavior at any moment by having leadership request law enforcement to put criminals in jail according to the law. But Chicago is making a written law to release criminals back on the street for heinous crimes. Therefore, you cannot just turn around and tell Chicago law enforcement to place criminals in jail when they commit serious crimes. Instead, you have to pass another bill to overwrite this one, which could take months. While I do not live in Illinois, this is still a concern, as crime is increasing in just about all cities and states. Law enforcement in many areas are following some of the policies that Illinois will be legalizing in their Safety Act bill come January 23rd. Maybe not to the extreme of releasing a person who is accused of committing a second-degree murder, but they are still releasing criminals nonetheless, almost immediately, which can only embolden them and others to continue on their crime spree with little to no consequence. I was born and raised in a major city, and as an adult, I moved to a rural area. And I read comments of people telling others to get out of your city, to get out of your state, as if that's something that's easily accomplished overnight. It takes time and it takes planning, and I do recommend that people move out of the cities. But note, it takes money, and if someone can't sell their home, if they have a home, then they will likely be unable to move out of a city or out of a state. But if you're really serious about moving out of a city or a state that does not support your independence or constitutional rights, then you may have to band together with family members or close friends and pool your resources, your money, to buy that piece of land outside of the city limits. Furthermore, why is the solution always to run? Why let politicians force you out of your state? Instead, if they are not doing what's right for the people, it is up for the people to force the politicians out of office.
This is a great neighborhood, but you see in the news all the time, people are out on bond from a previous gun charge and they're walking away from it, right back out on the street committing the same crime. So I think getting a little tougher on crime is well needed.